I am the weapon.
At least you're not the one who always brings the mad kid, and no one thank you for the support.
I should have just landed in factory.
Welcome back to the panel, survivors, and what a way to start the day with Team Falcons soaring and securing that first Booyah here at Point Rush. Already off to a strong start, but it's just game one. We've still got 5 more games to go. Now, before we quickly recap what happened in that previous matchup, we do have a major update for the club championship. So the STC Club Championship update. This one's a pretty big one as well if you tune into Mobile Legends Bang Bang. So Vitality beat out Gaming Gladiators in the Mobile Legends Bang Bang Women's Tournament, and putting that victory, Vitality is now in first place in the club championship, which is a great start for Vitality, but maybe now a bit of added stress to Vitality in Free Fire, because now they need to perform to put Vitality in a fantastic spot here in the EWC Club Championship. So look at that lead, gentlemen. Vitality could be feeling fantastic about that.
Yeah, I mean, definitely Team Vitality is feeling the pressure right now, because after that Booyah, and Team Falcons is just right on their heels right here. So I guess Team Vitality can really, or will really need to grab the championship just to make sure that their club is on the top.
I mean, they need not only the championship, but they also need Falcons to be at least 4th place so they don't accidentally get overtaken, because I think it's 800 points just for being in 2nd place alone, right?
Yeah, so the points you get if you place high, it's very big, very significant. So basically any top finishers, you kind of want that to happen. So for Vitality, you kind of want to improve that lead, but for everyone else, the race has begun. It's time to catch up. You've got to get that top 8 finish. But of course, for Team Vitality, they also want a top 8 finish here, right? Because that's going to unlock the prerequisite for the prize money. So we'll have to see if that's going to be the case, but let's head on over back to Free Fire, because that's where we are on the broadcast. And I mean, game 1 has happened. Falcons get their first Booyah. Let's break down this game. It was a very bizarre one, gentlemen and ladies. It was very slow. We had so many teams survive up until the last couple circles. I think it was what? Still 11 teams were on the 4th, 5th circle? That's almost unheard of on Bermuda.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, well, a factor is everyone knows Bermuda. Another factor is everyone wants that survivability factor. So they want to grab that Booyah, make sure that they have that head start points, so jumping into the grand finals. But there are a few unfortunate events, especially for those at the bottom, like Dragon Esports. Remind, as the casters mentioned, not only once, but if I'm not mistaken, thrice he has been targeted. Thus, they ended up with no points.
Yeah, and Gideon, something I like that you pointed out when we were watching the games earlier, right? The teams were making interesting plays, right? Every move was intentional, very decisive. So it was either you were fighting or you were disengaging, and we saw a lot of retreating.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think this is one of the more interesting early games that we've seen before, because again, other than the teams that had an active, a proactive approach into the game, Pain Gaming being a big highlight because they were actively hunting down the Dragons, EVOS as well, trying to kind of intercept as many people as possible. But I think at peak itself is where we saw a lot of the teams, hey, they got their spots, we have to disengage. We're seeing a lot of squads actually rotating off of it before we saw the snowball effect coming into ring 3 and 4.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the position of Movistar R7. They are on the rooftop of peak. Booyah United is down at the ground, and I guess though they are comfortable with that drop spot, it's just difficult for them to maintain and having someone bothering them. So they just jump out, and that's when two of the players of Booyah United just go down. And then Team Vitality follow through, and there's a lot that happened.
Well, and something that I want to add about R7, it's because, I mean, they do not respect Booyah as I think Booyah would like to be respected. So they are not scared to face Booyah, face to face. So it's good to see, because I think it kinds of give more fire to the game, you know. And I mean, R7, it's a brand new team playing like something worldwide championship. So Booyah probably doesn't even know the strategy that they will apply at the game. So it kinds of a surprise, you know, for them too.
Can we also talk about the domino effect and some of the rotations that actually happened? I mean, the snowball effect all started when Team Vitality realized, hey, AGAL is kind of outside of the zone. They got the pick off of Do, and it ended up hurting Fluxo unintentionally, right? The rotations ended up being, hey, AGAL came a little bit late. Fluxo realized, oh, they're behind us. Then they noticed the mill effect where everybody, CRM, Buriram, Team Vitality, all in one place. All of these rotations ended up happening much earlier on into the match. BRU rotated early. R7 had a super powered position because the ring eventually pulled to the opposite side.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, all that disruption that happened, that's where Team Vitality has been clutched out by Wasana. We also saw Fluxo being eliminated just in that same area, and it does follow through. After the chase from Pain to take down the final survivor, which is Wasana, then that's when it stopped. That's when everything slowed down towards the final few teams.
I mean, the domino effect started because there were just so many players within such a small space. And now begs the question, we're going on to Purgatory next, and this map is obviously much bigger than Bermuda. Does that mean we're going to be maybe seeing that same style? Because to be fair, I do think Purgatory allows for a much more slower play style, because you're not all cramped onto such a not so tiny island, but it's a little bit bigger than Bermuda. But I mean, is that something that's going to happen? Or do you think after that match, teams are going to look at this and say, okay, if everyone's going to play so passive, it kind of makes sense to just kick it into high gear and actually start playing aggressive?
Yeah, definitely that is what Team Falcons has been doing. Every time a reset is happening, Team Falcons is just grabbing and raking up the points. And I guess R7 is also trying to do the same. From the beginning, they're the ones targeting Dragon Esports, and they took them out. Even as they follow through, even Booyah United chased out, they're just in there being the Apex, or trying to be the Apex Predator until Team Falcons came in.
Well, we'll let the teams get ready. But in the meantime, though, we actually managed to get a quick chat with EVOS before the matches started today. So let's see how EVOS are feeling coming into Point Rush.
Hey everyone, it's EVOS here with Yunso. So right next to me, we have Ray and Rasya. Okay, so you guys, yesterday we just finished our Group A and C. It was a very intense match. So overall, I think everyone are keeping their eyes on EVOS Falcon and lost. What will you guys do to handle the situation and also to bear the stressfulness things?
Tentunya kemarin kan kalian sudah melihat dan sudah menyelesaikan juga dari tim A dan juga tim C. Dan tentunya sekarang setelah mau masuk ke dalam babak knockout, itu sudah tentunya kalian sebagai top 3 yaitu EVOS, Lost dan juga